Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Judyowiti and I pray that you're keeping well. I pray that you're sanitizing, you're keeping your distance and all those good things. Now, we all have dreams, possibilities and plans that we hope to achieve one day. However, just because you have a dream, it's not automatic that you're going to achieve that dream. There are certain processes and activities that you need to put in motion for that to happen. That's where personal development comes in. Personal development is applicable to people in all walks of life. Whether you're a student, whether you're studying for a degree, whether you're an employee looking to earn a promotion in an organization, whether you're a CEO of a firm looking to create effective business solutions that will put your business on the map, whether you're a pastor leading a church, personal development is for you. And that's what we're talking about today. To help us navigate this topic is Vincent Otumbo, our guest today. Now, Vincent is a trainer, a coach, a mentor. He is the co-founder of Serve Skills Limited. He has over 6 years experience in public speaking, leadership engagement, personal development, and entrepreneurship. He's the current president of Tamarind Mombasa Toastmasters Club. He's also the current president of Rotary Club Mombasa Central. He is the founder of Stories of Significance, a program that deliberately shares noteworthy personal African stories to inspire the birth of ideas and their actualization. And he is also a friend of mine. Karibu Sana, thank you so much for being here to talk to us. And just to add, you recently acquired a very important title, the title of a father. What is that like?
Yes. It's amazing because for quite some time I've been a father to children who are not mine. Call me daddy, but then now I have the opportunity to be a father to my one and only son.
We've been in different platforms and forums, and you have always been such an inspiration to me and to others. And so today we are here to talk about personal development, a topic that you are well versed with. Personal development is a big phrase, often used but not always understood. So can you help us understand what is personal development?
The simplest way I can define personal development is simply being self-aware. And then do you know your purpose? For example, we know the purpose of a glass, don't we? But then what is your purpose as a person, as Judy? What is your purpose? Another thing is that how can you diversify your hidden potential? Because when you are self-aware, then you are able to define your capabilities and capacities. You and I have worked in organizations, okay? These organizations are very self-aware. Its vision, its values, they know their mission, they know how code of conduct very well defined. And if you do not align yourself with the organization, you are phased out. So Judy, what we fail to do is to see ourselves as an organization. And the only way to see ourselves as an organization is through personal development. Personal development helps you have a vision for yourself. It helps you have a mission for yourself. It helps you, have your personal values. And these personal values are very key when it comes to decision making. It could be relational decision making. It could be job opportunity decision making. It could be entrepreneurial decision making. And these values act like a sieve, so that then you are able to sieve through whatever that is coming your way and ask yourself, if I make this decision and if I engage in this capacity, what is the impact in me? Personal development actually helps you take ownership and responsibility of your life. If you hear somebody saying that I did not succeed because of this teacher, I did not succeed because of my parents, I got laid off because of my manager, that is somebody who has not really taken charge of their life. They have not owned, they have not taken ownership of who they are.
So can you say that personal development is a lifelong process,
Personal development is a journey. Even as we have this conversation at the moment, there is something I'm learning about myself in the process. And there is something you're learning about yourself in the process, and that is personal development.
What does it entail?
We have talked about some of them, but it entails understanding your personality, which is very important. And then personality here is not about boxing yourself. I'm an introvert and I'm extrovert. Nobody is an introvert 100%. Nobody is an extrovert 100%. It's just understanding the combinations of them and how you prefer to live your life, how you prefer things. And knowing how you prefer things makes life very easy. That is when you are able to be in the shoes of someone. So that if Judy disagrees with me, it does not mean she does not like my ideas. It is because of the way she prefers things. So the conversation changes, okay? Apart from personality awareness, there are 4 endowments of a human being, like independent will, like creativity. Are they active in your life? And if they're active, are you aware of them? And creativity is about seeing the future in your life, visualizing your future before you start living it. And that's about creativity. Independent will. So there are some people in our lives who may not make a decision until they consult 20 people, 15 people, all of their friends. The reason is they don't trust themselves to make decisions. So not knowing what is important and urgent and what is important and not urgent. For example, Judy, education is important, but it has never been urgent unless someone's personal ignorance makes it urgent. So it is important. Personal development helps you have clarity in your personal life, what is important and not urgent. And you take control of your life. For example, if you plan, like this session was planned, we prepared for it, you find that you're not in a hurry and you don't become a busybody.
Yeah.
Okay? But when you do not understand the value of time and decision making and activities in your life, you find everything becoming a crisis, which means everything is important and urgent at the same time. And whatever is important and urgent, it means you have to drop everything and attend to it. So that is why you will find people are having health to them is becoming urgent. Finances are becoming urgent. Parenting is becoming urgent. When you find your child has been expelled from school is when you remember you are a parent. But what if you have taken your family important? On weekends, you have a conversation with your son, you go out, you teach him about responsibility, values. You will find he will not be in this issue. It ends up being important and urgent because when something wrong happens, you have to drop everything and attend to it.
You can't understand or know what is important to you unless you know where you're going and you know your values. If you're going to Mombasa, you have to know, I'm going to Mombasa to be able to get on a bus that is going to Mombasa. So if you don't know where you're going, you'll get on any bus. Any bus will get you there. So talk to us about that. Talk to us about vision, about the importance of knowing where you're going.
If you do not know where you're going, anywhere becomes your destination. Having direction is very important. Because when you have direction and you know your capabilities, you know your values, then you are able to evaluate the best means to your destination. My vision is inspiring people all over the world by offering thought-provoking content and speaking things that we human beings rarely speak about. So how am I going to do that? I am going to train, I'm going to coach, I am going to mentor. And that becomes my mission of how I'm going to achieve my vision. And what happens is that when you are very clear with your vision, when you are very clear with your mission and when you are very clear with your values, then even things start sieving themselves automatically. You realize that you start aligning yourself with people who have the same values, with the people who are traveling on the same journey, like me and yourself. Look at what we are doing. I would be very honest with you, if I had not taken this path, probably me and you, we would not have been in this conversation at the moment. And you, the very same thing.
Yeah.
It is important to know where you are heading.
That's very insightful. That's good. Tell us what you do at SubSkills in regard to personal development.
SubSkills Limited is an organization that I and my business partner started in 2017 in November with a vision to support people and organizations. In the process, they are able to experience excellent performance in their respective industries. So the question could be then, how do we support people and organizations? We support them, number one, through personal development programs. In the process, we developed a program called Personal Mastery Program. It's a 7-module program which has a manual, which starts from self-awareness, that is personality awareness, all the way to creating a personal development plan, which is module 7. So in the process, the things that we've been discussing here, we discussed them actually in the program, all of them. And then, apart from that, we realized that in the training and consulting industry, there is a gap. We realized that we can offer unique products to organizations by offering bespoke training and consulting solutions. So what we mean by bespoke is when we offer you a training or a consulting solution after assessing your needs. And so far, so good. We've been operating from 2017. We have grown our services from personal development to strategy development, human resource consulting, and personal development programs, of course, which we offer for teenagers, young adults, and of course, adults.
So how did you get to do what you do today? I mean, what's your journey and what's your motivation?
Growing up, I had these dreams of being a great doctor, a great engineer. By the time I was completing my Form 4, those dreams were no longer there. I didn't actually know where I'm going. As I said earlier, there is always parental pressure on who you need to become. And then there is also societal pressure. Societal pressure is what the society defines as success. And there is also personal ignorance or personal wisdom. So in campus, actually when I came to join campus in Mombasa, I chose public procurement and contract management. Why? Because I had this dream of a rich man. You know, procurement at that moment was a very marketable career. And then I wanted to own very posh cars, travel all over the world. And of course, wherever there is a rich man, there are a couple of ladies. Anyway, so that was largely my inspiration to take public procurement and contract management, of which I succeeded very well. I graduated with a very good grade, but then I did not get to practice it. Growing up, I've always loved bringing people together and sharing knowledge, sharing stories. In 2016, I registered an organization called Passion Life as a sole proprietor. So I went from schools to schools, I spoke. But these schools, they never thought that I dress, I juice fair. So they only give me soda, and soda was not good for my health, or a packet of milk. And junior, I had bills to pay. So what I did, I put that dream aside. So then I love cleanliness, and I started doing cleaning business. I remember I borrowed some 300 shillings somewhere. I made a liquid soap and I started hawking it. And that's how I got into cleaning business and went to office cleaning, carpets and all that, sofa sets. But then in 2017, I was in a friend's house. I met a gentleman by name Mohammed. Mm-hmm. He looked at me and he asked me, young man, who are you and what do you do? Okay, very interesting. So I'm like, I am Otumbo Vincent, I run a cleaning business. And at that time, by the way, Judy, I was running a book club also, a business club actually. We used to meet at Aroma Cafe here in town every Monday. So I told him I run a business company, a cleaning business company, as well as I have a business club. Mm-hmm. So he looked at me again and he told me, it's the first time I'm meeting this gentleman. He told me, young man, you're wasting your time in cleaning. So then, of course, I asked him, so what should I do? He told me that you need to do something that you're very passionate about. And then I asked him, will you mentor me? He told me, I mentor champions. You have to prove that you're one, okay? And that's how the conversation started. So I remember him sending me a 3-page mentorship assessment program, of which I had to clarify my values and explain why this value is my value and define it with my own terms, not according to the dictionary. What is my vision? If you meet a person for the very first time and they tell you that you can do better, that is very good feedback. Yeah. Because most of the time we are with people who know we are failing, but they are busy massaging our ego. I had clarity, and you know what? I went back to Passion Life. But now this time round, it was Sub Skills Limited. And we started the journey together with the gentleman. So far, so good.
I pray that there are many more Mohammeds out there. You know, we all need that person that looks at you and says, I see something in you. And I want to hold your hand and help you achieve that thing that I see in you. So kudos to Mohammed. Now, I know that you're very big on building relationships. Tell us a bit about Stories of Significance. Why did you start it, and how has that become a vehicle that connects people?
There used to be grandfathers and grandmothers bringing their grandchildren together and telling them stories that could make them laugh and learn lessons here and there. And that is a culture that we are losing. And we've lost the important values of our communities, and that is human connection, human touch. Nothing beats human connection, nothing beats human touch, and nothing beats the lessons I share with you on my journey. And from that inspiration and my personal love for human connection and sharing of stories, that is when I started Stories of Significance immediately after registering Sub Skills Limited and closing the business club. While in school, I learned that the knowledge of the marketplace and the experiences of the marketplace are quite different from the theoretical knowledge in school. And my inspiration was, what if I invited Judy into a group of people and Judy shares her personal experiences? Now, how did I learn that? I have the habit of calling my friends who are always, most of them are grown-ups compared to me. We have coffee, for example, in Java, and then I'll ask them questions like I ask them Stories of Significance. So I'll ask them, so how did you school? Did you ever cheat to pass your exams? How did you start your business? How did you get married? Did you take a loan to do a wedding? What's your biggest mistake in business? What is the most important lessons have you learned in life? What makes you tick? What makes you successful? What makes you wake up in the morning? And what makes you sad? And how can I be of value to you? So those are the questions I ask my friends. And they end up telling me stories that really teach me beyond the intention of me asking the question. And then I said, what if I ask these questions and I am with other friends? They could learn also with me. And that was the inspiration into starting Stories of Significance.
Just listening to your story, there are so many lessons that we learned from you. You're not in the career for which you went to college for, you know. When you talked about starting down there, you know, started by cleaning carpets and offices. Success is a journey. It doesn't happen like that. So could you talk to some young people today and give them some advice?
Thank you, Judy. Before I talk to the young people, allow me to talk to parents. We say that relationships are two-way traffic. It is important to know that your children are unique. Education needs to be beyond the classroom. And beyond the classroom, invest on your children, taking personal development programs, having mentors, and most importantly, exposing your children out there to what life is and what life is not. Youths love having people they look up to as mentors. I challenge the youth to find out the life of these mentors first before they can actually follow them. No human being is perfect. If I am your idol, you might as well as take my negative habits. And most of the time when we are talking of the celebrity world and the current model of idolizing and mentorship and the people we look up to, most of them, they do not really communicate values. And then number two, let the youth have mentors. People they can actually sit and have a conversation with. Maybe to also remind youth that success is a journey. And it's not about the destination actually, it's about who you become in the process. I believe that in my personal life, God comes first. I know the commandments are summarized into two. Number one is love your God. Number two is love your neighbor as you love yourself. God comes first because we exist and we live because of him.
I think that's a very important point to bring out, Vincent, that God should always be first, because you can run ahead and think that I can do all these things without God. But in fact, you have to go to God to know what you're supposed to do, to know what your purpose is, because he's the one who created you. The Bible says that seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. We get in trouble when we put it upside down, where it's things first and then God will come in when we get in trouble or when things go berserk and everything is all messed up. Then now, oh, we remember there's a God. But if we put him first, then he's able to lead us and he's able to satisfy us and not the things that he created. Created things were never meant to satisfy us. They never will, actually. They never will satisfy us. What's the future looking like for you?
I see my future as a person who is creating leaders, not followers. My future is to create leaders who will challenge the status quo and disrupt how we do things so that we can be better human beings. So that there is humanity in the workplace, there is humanity in leadership, there is humanity in the government, there is humanity in business, there is humanity in entrepreneurship, and people doing things because it is their purpose. It's like planting a tree in whose shade I may not live to shelter, but other people will come right after me, will be able to shelter and say, we thank the person who planted this tree, for with him we have a shelter.
Wow. Powerful. How can people connect with you, Vincent?
You can connect me via Facebook. My name is always Otumbo Vincent on Facebook, Otumbo Vincent on Instagram, Otumbo Vincent on LinkedIn, They can always get our videos on Stories of Significance on YouTube, as well as Sub Skills Limited on YouTube. All my emails are on social media, and I believe my contact is also on social media. People can always reach out to me. I respond to all the people who reach out to me.
I believe that. Okay, so that was wonderful, Vincent. Just the last segment remaining, and it's the quick fire or the lightning round. So are you ready for that?
Fire me.
Okay, so Vincent, what book are you currently reading?
I am reading Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell.
What is your favorite day of the week?
I love Fridays.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where would that be?
I would want to go to Silicon Valley. Reason being, to expand my mind and to see how things are done differently over there.
If you are stranded on a tropical island, what two things would you want with you?
My family.
Okay.
My wife, Esther, and my son, Alden.
Oh, great. You have your priorities right. Okay, we have learned so much. So thank you for coming and sharing your wisdom on personal development, your wisdom in regard to life, and just how we can grow. We have learned a lot. Continue helping people to grow, continue connecting people, continue inspiring people. Asante sana, Vincent. So glad that you were able to come.
Thank you, Judy. I really appreciate it.
I hope that was inspiring to you as it was to me. You know, Paul says in Philippians 3:12, not that I have already obtained all this or I have already arrived at my goal, but I press on to take hold of that for which Christ Jesus took hold of me. And the key word here is to press on. It is a marathon and not a sprint. And so we have to keep pressing on in order to achieve what God has for us. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and I will see you in the next video.